Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. It goes without saying that we live in an era where entertainment is a far cry from what it used to be. For decades upon decades upon decades, entertainment was here to do one thing: be escapism. Be escapism from our daily lives where we are assaulted by the real world. Now, that's not saying you can't make stories about historical events to teach themes and moral lessons. That's okay. But we live in this modern, and I say that word with all the venom and hatred you expect. We live in this modern era where everything is tainted with the cancer of current day ideology, current day morality, current day. And it's being put in there by people who specifically believe a certain ideology. Call me Marxism. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it because I have watched it now explode where people will openly say things that once upon a time were basically, you didn't say this kind of stuff. You understood it was wrong to behave like this, to behave like monsters. Disney Star Wars, since its inception in 2012, has been a vehicle for all things agenda. Through Disney Star Wars, we lost escapism entertainment and got agenda entertainment. Disney itself is the harbinger of all these horrible things. Everything it has touched has been made to crap because it is pushing ideology over entertainment. Now, I'm not saying that every single person for all the decades who has made all the things I love believe the same ideology I do. Of course they don't. In fact, they 9 times out of 10 believe the opposite of what you and I likely believe and feel. But you know what? There was an unspoken rule. You kept it out. You made something that could appeal to everybody. But that is not current day. That is not Disney Star Wars. We are now almost done with Andor Season 2. And ever since this piece of dreck has dropped, it has been nothing but controversy. Not actually bringing people in because it's the best ever. No, it's getting attention because every week it does something dumber. Now, last week it didn't do a whole lot of dumb. It still did some dumb, but not a whole lot. But in a very similar fashion out of the very first release of this triple episode drop they keep doing, this week, well, it decided to push agenda. Now, I'm not saying Tony Gilroy did it on purpose. We will read his own very words on this, but it plays into something I've been talking about now extensively for weeks, if not months, if not a year. Disney Star Wars stans, the fake fans, and fake fans everywhere, they are driven by one thing and one thing only. They need to see themselves in every way, shape, or form in what they watch and what they absorb and consume, because they are consumers. They are not customers. They are not fans. They are stans. They are the clapping seals. They are the man sitting under the dog who's taking the shit. That is who they are. They want one thing: please reaffirm what I believe in entertainment. I need to see it because I need to be told constantly that I'm the smartest person in the room because my ideology is right. That is who they are. They are low IQ, window-licking morons. Andor has been doing that since forever, and especially now in Season 2. This episode dropped this week saw essentially everybody reacting to a massacre. And they decided to use the word genocide. Now, you have to be dumb not to be aware of what's been going on in the world for a few years now. We're not going to talk about that specifically, although it will now be referenced in the commentary I'm about to show you. Now, if you're a normal person and you're watching a piece of entertainment and you see or hear the word genocide, You're just you're going to think about it in its normal definition: the systematic elimination of a specific ethnicity or group of people. Very simple. Because if you're normal, you just define words as they are meant to be used. But no, you're a Disney Star Wars stan. You're a window-licking moron. You're going to see what you want to see. Of course, it first starts with this. So these episodes drop. First you get the innocuous idiots, the morons, the shills who have to go every minute of every goddamn day. Episodes 8 and 9 of Andor Season 2 are two of the greatest episodes of television of all time. No, not possible. Considering how weak the cast is, and how bad the writing is, and how politically infused it is. Not politically themed, politically infused it is. No, not possible. But Star Wars Holocron, they're always going to do that. Moving on. Oh, God! Andor Season 2, Episode 8, the best episode of television ever created! Ugh. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. These are idiots. Idiots. IGN. Let's get a full view of it here. Andor continues to defy the traditions of Star Wars while living squarely and thoughtfully in a crowded section of the canon. The canon. They always have to say the canon, and if you have to keep calling fan fiction canon, it's not real. The Gorman Massacre takes its place as a crucial moment in the galaxy's history, giving the franchise a memorable and moving sequence of Imperial destruction that was impossible to avoid. 10 out of 10 masterpiece! Well, we all know what IGN's ratings are worth. Dog shit! But they're pushing the narrative that crap is good. But of course, there are those who are going to lick it up, slop it up, and say, please, sir, shit in my mouth some more. Here we go. Now here we go. They hear the word genocide, and they automatically link it to their ideological beliefs, the things they believe in the world. The remaining things I'm going to show you now is why we call Disney Star Wars stans, fake fans, psychologically, mentally broken. These are damaged effing people with way they behave. Watch. And our spoilers. Genuinely, I hope that everyone watching the Gorman genocide in Andor remembers Palestine at the same time, because the way our governments are acting is exactly how the Empire's acting in the show. You're not a sane person if this is where you go. Because if you need to have anything written in a fantastical, fake, fictional world reinforce your belief, you're broken. But it doesn't end here. Same guy. The Gore people asking for help from the galaxy as they are genocided and nobody listened to them. The media creating a false narrative saying that the Gores attacked the Imperials. It's literally calling out how we let genocides happen IRL. Again, if you are broken, you live in a fantasy world where you invert reality despite the facts and logic placed in front of you. But you shape things to fit your narrative, your ideology. And then you need it reinforced in your entertainment to make you feel like you're intelligent. And that is what all this shit does. This is only the beginning. And there's never been more important. Free Palestine! The Gorman Front and its political lies by the Empire seem all too familiar. They keep going. And below that, here these are the words using. Watch Zionists say Gorman Massacre wasn't a genocide because it wasn't a majority of the population. The show literally says it. Sick, twisted, mentally deranged people. And our spoilers, imagine being a Zionist watching this show. This is where they go. These are warped people. Oh, let's make it go some more. Senator Mon Mothma in Cassian's safe house. Wow, look who they put in there. One of their Mount Rushmore of retards. Very simply put, they make it political because everything is political, these people. The people who write this, the people who watch it and consume it. They're not here for entertainment. They're not here because they love Star Wars. They are here to push their political agenda. Bawling. They actually said it out loud, and I could not be happier. I love you, Tony Gilroy. Thank you so much. Hashtag Andor. Bawling. Who behaves like this? Who behaves like this? This person. Well, look at their flags. Look at the flags they put in there. This is a weirdo. This is a deranged weirdo. No, we're not going to watch this clip because it's over a minute long and I will get hit. She said the word. She said genocide. I continuously state that this show is the most important piece of film TV releasing. Some of the most jaw-droppingly bold and important pieces of media like this ever released, and especially in today's world. Now, this special idiot was looked into deeply by our good friend Mr. Bug. He went a little deeper and he found this for me. This show is being released by very well-known major franchise and company, being made available to millions upon millions. The importance of this show must not be understated. This show is part of the rebellion itself. This show gives us hope, and that's exactly what rebellions are built on. Sick and deranged. What are you rebelling against? You probably live in America where you're happily sitting in your room jerking off watching this shit where nobody's beating down your door and telling you to do anything. But you're sick and deranged. There's something wrong with each and every one of these people I've just shown you. First, you got the shills who are happily saying this is the greatest thing ever. There are people out there saying this is better. This is the best Star Wars ever. People are actually saying that. And then you have politically, ideologically driven creeps who must be affirmed with what they see. This is who and what the Disney stand base is. They are not fans, they are fake fans. They must have their political beliefs reaffirmed for them because they're here to consume and push agenda entertainment. None of this is escapism. Because you know what? Politically themed ideas are done. Let's read what Tony Gilroy has to say. We're at Hollywood Reporter, where is exactly I expected this to be. Asked about the sequence and its real-life inspirations, Andor creator Tony Gilroy told Hollywood Reporter, "The really sorry truth about this question, and we get it a lot, is that peace and prosperity and calm are the rarities. Those are rarities throughout the last 6,000 years of recorded history. You could drop this show at any point in the last 6,000 years, and it would make sense to some people about what's happening to them." Continued Gilroy, "I mean, the control of the truth has always been on the scabbard of power. Power dictates the narrative and always has tried to always do that. Look at what the Empire does to Gorman with their propaganda campaign. The very first scene in the season that Krennic has, where he talks about Gorman, that's based on the Wannsee Convention, the convention where the Yahtzees got together and planned the final solution over a business lunch. You could say all this about the Gulf of Tonkin, which got America into Vietnam. Or you could say the burning of the Reichstag, which paved the way to the Yahtzees' rise to power. Or you could say the sinking of the Lusitania, which pushed America into World War I. You go all the way through history, and power is the control of truth. So I think that speech, we were looking to be timeless and classic. I am not a psychic. I don't speak to believe that I know what's going on in Tony Gilroy's head. I don't know the man. I never met the man. And frankly, I don't want to meet the man. I don't really care what he thinks or believes. But when you read this, do I think this says he actively wrote this season to push, I'll say it, the Palestinian agenda? I don't know. I don't know. When I read what he says here, I think he believes that he's doing politically themed content, but in fact, he's doing politically charged content, agenda-driven entertainment. He didn't do this to entertain anybody. He did this to provoke all the commentary you see here. He did it to provoke and get morons like these people to say, thank you, Tony, for speaking what's in my heart because he wants to hear that. I think that's the truth. I don't know if he specifically did it to push the Palestinian agenda, but I do think he did it to appeal to his fan base, to his stand base, the people who want and need political agenda in entertainment to reinforce who and what they are and what they believe, and to make them think that they're winning in this socio-political cultural war. To respond to this part right here as well, millions upon millions of people, nobody's watching the show. That's the saving grace of all of this. People watching Andor are minuscule. I already showed it to you earlier in a previous video. A 3-episode drop barely made into Samba's top 10. And we won't get any Nielsen's for another probably month or so, but Nielsen's got to remember, for multiple season stuff, Nielsen includes all minutes watched for a franchise and IP. So that is not going to be an accurate depiction if anybody's watching just Andor Season 2. Now, it's likely going to get on there, but it'll probably be in the bottom 5 because, as we point out over and over again, nobody's watching this show. Nobody's watching Disney Star Wars. It is complete and total trash. And if you watch this and if you are clapping, you are wrong. You are wrong for celebrating the death of escapism entertainment. For now, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Subscribe to me here on YouTube, where I'm here to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about fake fan Stan and SJW Fifis. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.